Enjoy unlimited and uninterrupted internet broadband 24 hours daily for only $1,000. What? Yes, you heard me right. Subscribe now for only $1,000 and stay connected for a whole 2 weeks non-stop. For those of you on vacation, grab the opportunity to get in touch with your loved ones, family and friends while you're away. Rush now to any KMC outlet or call 111 to be part of this amazing promotion. KMC, yeah, bro.
Gamso, let's talk.
Stewart & Co. Solicitors, a legal excellence firm in London that can help you with all aspects of your legal work. If you are looking at immigrating to the United Kingdom, Stewart & Co. can help you to set up business, buy houses in the UK, and will deal with all your legal works from start to finish.
For all your general immigration work, we can help you with that as well. If you apply for any form of visa, whether student visas, settlement visas, marriage visas, or a child wanting to come to the United Kingdom to settle with the family, we can help you to achieve your goals.
Stewart & Co. Solicitors, a legal excellence firm specializing in conveyancing, immigration, litigation, family law, personal injury, licensing, no win, no fee. Contact us today at www.sk-solicitors.com.
In today's world, everything imaginable is on the internet, which is amazing. And to find anything, it is easy. But that's not the case for Lamin. His standard internet connection is frustratingly slow, unable to focus on important things in life. He can't stream a video or search anything. He is fed up with messages like address is not found, timeout connection, and Internet Explorer cannot find web page. That's when his friend Fatima introduces him to Gamtel. At Gamtel, we provide viable, cost-effective, and sustainable internet solutions to businesses and homes. With our nationwide fiber broadband connectivity through EcoOne Gambia project, you can now say goodbye to slow internet. We provide quality services, blazing speed, and amazing customer services. All these at affordable price. Be like Lamin and start using Gamtel broadband internet today. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
Tanal man number yung may tanal mabapi.
Kon yow li ma la jox ci xibaar yëpp doy la.
Jëlal ma number rek gowma la.
Sëñ bi na nga def. Kii de dama ko jox xibaar gi ma dégg ci yéen.
Waaw la toggee.
Wax naa ko ne alxames bu nekk ak dimanche bu nekk dañ tànn juróomi nomba ci jackpot bi ko gagné juróomi nomba tegal nañ la 100 plus 1000. Maanaam téeméeri junne ak lu teg. Waaw. Waaye juróomi nomba yi dafa war a méngoo. Su fekkee ne amoo juróomi nomba yu méngoo am nga ñeenti nomba yu méngoo yow dinañ la jox bonus foo du noonu la.
Bonus foo.
Waaw des na de. Altine bu jot talaata àllarba ak àjjuma. ñu génne waat beneen jackpot ne ku gi am ñeenti nomba yu lëkkaloo. ñu tegal la $50,000 maanaam juróom fukki junni. Waaw waaye nag gis nga boo amee ñetta yu méngoo. ñu jox la tam bonus 3. waaye nag xàmmee ko gis nga Gambia. géem yi bari nañ de. waaye gis nga bii green la. xàmmee ko waaw xàmmee ko bu baax a baax feneen foo taxaw bu fii di nga pet.
lu ma la wax yëpp dëgg la.
waaye xam nga lu ma lay xamal ma wax nga naan waaw dëgg la kay yow mi sa kanam guddi gi xam nga ne góoma la. da ngeen may kompaloo man ngeen di kompaloo nañ dem ci office.
xanaa nërmelu nga.
ma ne nee naa nga lañ laa wax.
nee naa la ku ko mën la ku koy jéem duñu benn. ak loto game. ak ay bonus sama xéwalam yu bari. fii rek la du feneen.
Hello. What's up? Happy birthday again.
You smelling America?
No, I'm not smelling America. I'm smelling America.
Asalaamaaleykum mbokk yi ma am mbégte lool dalal leen si beneen Kër Fatou tey nag fi ma nekk nii mooy suñu studio bu bees bi comme ni ma ko waxee Kër Fatou is all about ñu evolve tey nag yàlla def na ne dematuñ fenn ñu ngi si suñ këri boppa fi nga xam ne nag dañuy mun a danal suñ gan yi saa yuñ ko bëggee ak nuñ ko bëggee waaye tey nag comme ni ma ko waxee Kër Fatou pour askan bi yëpp la te saa yu nekk ñuy am mbégte lool lépp loo xam ne moom la askan bi nama moom la askan bi soxla ñu bugg a cee jublu xam ngeen ne nag ñu ngi sànni si karta local government elections waaye askan gi soxla dégga ci ñi nga xam ne ñoo leen fas yéene jiite booy jiite nag war ngaa mën a wax ak say doomi réew moo tax nag tey ñu ne nag dinañ dalal ñëpp képp koo xam ne rek yaa ngi si élection bi yaa ngi waajal taxawal ay parti war nga nekk independent candidate dinañ leen ubbil suñ bunta try nañ everything possible pour reach out to all the candidates di wax na nag ñu bari jox nañ ñu seen kaddu ne dinañ ñëw si show bi tey nag ñuy door ak KMC Force Group KMC nag dinañ si am ñetti show Banjul dinañ si am ñetti show ma am mbégte lool nag dalal Mr Papa Njie muy independent candidate Mr Bakary Badji muy independent candidate ak Mr Girigara Njie mi nga xam ne moom la GDC taxawal kon gaañi Kër Fatou nar naa neex waaye nag balaa maa dugg nag tey gaañi ma bugg a bég kontaan bu baax a baax ci ñi nga xam ne tey ñoo ma solal ku mel ni Metro Fashion muy Awa Fati suma raka ju baax jooju nekk Metro Fashion tey moo ma ne Fatou duma la bàyyi nga dem noonu nii laa solale si weex bi kon Awa ñu ngi laa gërëm di la sant waaye di kontaan bu baax si Fasil is a clothing line nga xam ne ay Gambien ñoo ko sos fii ci Gambia ñuy def ay liggéey yu rafet ñoom ñoo ñu solal si top bi nga xam ne moom laa sol waaye saa su nekk rek di gërëm bu baax a baax Aïssatou suma make up artist si kawar bu rafet bii ak si make up bi nga xam ne saa yu nekk rek Gambien yaa ngi laajte fan nga jaar tey kon gaañi Kër Fatou nar naa neex de kon toppaleen ma Papa welcome to Kër Fatou ma am mbégte lool nag daral fii nag Mr Bakary Badji moom tam beneen candidate la mi nga xam ne dafa nekk independent candidate di ut KMC kon Bakary welcome to Kër Fatou.
Thank you, Father.
Comme ni ma ko waxee rek ñu am tam nag suñu uncle Mr Pa Girigara Njie Mr Njie welcome to Kër Fatou ñu am mbégte lool dalal la fii tey nag Daddy I think it's going to be a very interesting discussion lu ñuy waxtaanee mooy jëm kanami region bi KMC gis nañ ne candidate si bari nañ man dama ne loolu mooy démocratie pour ñëpp jóg ne dañoo ut place bii dafa am solo pour Gambien yi jóg amoon na time doo gis ndaw ñi ñu participer si politics ñëpp dañ ragaloon ñëpp a ngi téyewoon seen boppa waaye tey this is the emerge of a new democracy the youths are participating in the development of their country but of course every Gambian is interested in the development of their country. I think this is a great sign that we are in the right direction, but definitely if you want to lead any region I think you should be open to talking to the people, and Kër Fatou is open to all candidates. We will reach out to all candidates, and we have reached out to all candidates. And Daddy, tey lii mooy waxtaan bi.
Thank you so much, Fatou. I welcome you all to KERR FATOU. And I think when we say the new Gambia, it's all about expectation. And the first expectation is political plurality. We've seen that the political space is opening up, and that is good for our democratization process. Now we have a serious election coming, the mayoral election of KMC. We're all aware that KMC is the biggest metropolis in the Gambia, and it comes with its attendant problems. Problems of sanitation, problems of infrastructure, problems of poverty, urban poverty, problems of lack of good access to health and educational systems. Who is to be blamed? Some will say the central government, but I beg to differ. Why? We have a Decentralization Act which has empowered a municipality to raise capital, levy taxes, and spearhead the development agenda of that particular municipality. Therefore, going forward, KMC is looking for a very conversant individual. KMC is looking for a very dynamic individual. KMC is looking for someone who can think outside of the box and be a game changer for the lives and livelihoods of people living within this municipality. Are you that person? It's not for me to tell. Is Mr. Badji that person? It's not for me to say. Is Mr. Papanjai that person? It's not for me to say. But it's for you to bring out your programs, your policies, and what you've envisaged for this place. And since it will be a marketplace of ideas, the voters will choose who they think has what it takes to take KMC out of the doldrums it has been for over 30 years, from KUDC days to date. The issue of KMC transcends Yaya Jammeh and his 22 years. The issue of KMC is a perennial problem that was here before Yaya Jammeh but got exacerbated during Jammeh days. So KMC is not looking for a lifeline. It's looking for a game changer. And I hope we can find a game changer amongst you guys so that the general public and the viewers will decide who is going to be the next mayor of KMC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daddy. I think that's a very, very good introduction. Oli, today we have the honor of having the first batch of group candidates from KMC.
Good evening, everybody watching, and welcome. I mean, it's an honor to have them sit here on KERR FATOU platform. As Fatou has rightly said, this is a platform that is open for everybody. It's a platform where people can come and say what they have, what plans they have for KMC. So the people sitting out there can listen to them and say, okay, I think that's the right person. I think this person can take us forward. And as Nyang has rightly said, KMC from Nenkani, it's got to this point where we need somebody who can change the game. We need somebody who can develop the game. We need KMC. We need somebody who has strategies, somebody who has plans, somebody who is a leader, who can take us forward. Because right now, like Gambia, for example, the youth population is like very high, and we have a strong youth voter population as well. And KMC, the people we have there, we have a lot of people in KMC region.
Yes.
So KMC right now, we don't need a person who just sits there and continue lifanekon. We need somebody who comes and do a complete 360, because that's what KMC needs. We need the youths to be involved. So can we drive KMC forward? It can be a youth, it can be an elderly person. Why that is for the viewers watching to decide. So welcome again, and then suñ démé ba ci bir waxtaan bi su gaay tébulé what they have, we would see ki jaral na ma suma karta na kele jaral na ma suma karta. So ñu dem ci bir waxtaan.
Thank you very much, Oli. Tey nak KERR FATOU dina metti de dina metti de dina neex but definitely welcome to KERR FATOU. Bakary, who is Bakary Badji?
Well, my name is Bakary, like you said, and I was born in Serekunda, brought up in Ibo town. And I did my schooling at Nusrat, and then from there I went to GDTI, where I did the law program. Also did the management course at the MDI, and also did a 2-year program at the University of Ghana, and multiple courses from the University of Belgium, Antwerp in Belgium, and did a program on human rights at the University of Connecticut. So this is my education. Work-wise, I started voluntary work in 2002 with NACO. Then I was still going to MDI, GTTI. And after 2 years of voluntary work with NACO, I moved to the Child Protection Alliance, where I was head of programs for 12 years. And during those times, I was working with different communities and different organizations, including the UN and all that. And I was part of the people who used to write reports for NGOs, alternative reports for the UN and the African Union and all that, and sometimes be part of delegations submitting these reports. I was also a trainer, a regional trainer on child rights and violence against women and children across the region, especially in English West African countries. And 2016, I moved to the US, and in the US, I worked with a Kentucky-based organization called Espiritus that was providing protection and care for victims of trafficking and abuse. That's where I worked for 18 months, and then came back here in October of 2017.
Came back and seeking for that top job in KMC.
Yes, that is the reason why I'm back.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Badji. Mr. Njai, Mr. Papa Njai. Who is Mr. Papa Njai?
Thank you very much, Fatou. I was born in Banjul, but then moved to Bakau, Fajara, and Newtown. Papa Njai, the real name is Muhammad Musa Njai, so it's important people differentiate me from my elder brother here. I went to Senegal High School, finished, and then went and studied in England, and I got my master's in agriculture economics. After I got my master's, I came back home, and then I started my working career in Gambia. I started with the Ministry of Agriculture, the planning department, and I was there as the principal planner in charge of projects and programs. My job was really to appraise in what projects come into Gambia, to see how feasible they are vis-a-vis with the objectives that are set in the documents. And I was also the head of the M&E, M&E meaning monitoring and evaluation of projects. So I did the whole length and breadth of Gambia. That is a skill that we need to be able to monitor and evaluate projects and also write project proposals. Not write as per se, but when somebody writes it, you should be able to understand what's smart smart objectives, what are the inputs and outputs. From there, I went and worked with the National Women Farmers Association. They were funded by CRS, and my job there was to help women market their sesame seeds. I was there for about 4 years, and the project ended. Then I moved and went and worked with the U.S. Embassy, with GIPSA, that's the Gambia Investment Promotion and Free Zones Agency. It was during a time when it was difficult to attract investors into the country. It was difficult to work as a professional in the country. But alhamdulillah, as a director of investment promotion and marketing, I was able to bring a lot of projects into the country. I was able to travel, convince people to say that despite all these problems, you can still come and invest in the Gambia. From there, I left and I opened, with some partners in Senegal, the first CCB company, Digital Planet.
Okay.
And there my job was totally 360 degrees. I had an office, very structured, well paid, but I left because my philosophy and my ideals were not in line with the way the GIPSA was going. I resigned. Then I started the Digital Planet. I was the general managing director.
Yeah.
And we were there to sell electronic goods, ACs and things like that. And my job there was really to groom new people, to groom people who have never been to who have never had any job. From there, I have to explain because my background is very rich. From there, I moved and went and worked for the U.S. Embassy. And there, it was one of my productive working career I've had. I was the education advisor, cultural affairs assistant, and press assistant.
Okay.
And when I went there, I just had a supervisor and myself, and all those portfolio I had to manage. And what I learned from the embassy was processes, procedures, manuals, how to make things work, how to have systems in place. When Papa moves out of the system, it's easy, somebody comes in and jumps in and we continue the process. And I was able to help a lot of students. Actually, one of my achievements there was I was able to convince Daddy then and his team to give us the the space downstairs to establish American Corner.
Wow.
And a lot of students know that the American Corner is like a lifeline for most of the students that go through there now. And that was an achievement. I did not only stop there. I was able to help over 200 students to get scholarships to travel.
Wow.
I was able to bring artists into the Gambia to train local artists, and I was able to convince the American Embassy to sponsor one of the album called No to Backward Track, where Brochet and all those people became famous out of.
Wow.
I was also able to use my influence at the embassy to get a basketball coach to come to the Gambia. And then basketball was there for about 11 years.
Wow.
I was able to bring this coach, and the coach came and then trained some coaches, and basketball became another big sport. And it was in the Gambia. And during that time also, I became the president of Basketball Association. So Majuge American Embassy, I did a lot there. Then I left. And I started my own NGO called Yates Foundation. And it has been running for about 4 years now. And it stands for Youth Empowerment Through Education and Sports. And basically what we did there was use sports as a medium of empowering the young people, as a medium of educating people, as a medium of sensitizing people. And I've been able to do the annual marathon run to promote diabetes and to also promote malaria prevention. So that NGO is there. So when I left, the NGO is still on. Then I went and started my own global education center. There I was doing counseling for students, helping them to apply to schools. But also it was a center whereby students would also come in, do internship for 6 months, and then move forward. And finally, I had a contract with UNESCO. I was in charge of a media training project for about a year, and there I was responsible to bring the media team and media fraternity together, the media houses, and they got proposals and they submitted proposal. Marivico then I forwarded to UNESCO and it was approved, and then they moved forward with their project proposals.
Wow.
So Papanjai is really about going to the people, getting what they want, and then delivering those stuff. So in a nutshell, let me give other people a chance to.
What a great resume. Thank you very much, Papa. Mr. Njai, who is Mr. Njai?
Thank you very much, Fatou. I use this occasion to thank your team. In a nutshell, Panjai Giriga, my educational background stopped at the second year of university. When I came back home and helped my dad in his business, and I expanded his business and brought in a lot of innovation in the business, created a lot of employments. When I was leaving the Gambia on self-exile in 2006, when I closed the company that I was working with, there were 60 employees. And I gave them all the cars. I paid them 6 months' salaries. And I closed the shop and went to Senegal and the sub-region. If one talks about municipality, one basically will think of two things. One is the money that are being taxed from the people. And two is where the money is going to. Honesty is number one in any endeavor.
Yes.
Transparency is number two. And everything else follows. Once people know that the taxes they're paying are being put into X, Y, Z, the following year they will be happy to pay their taxes. My mission is to show that to the KMC. I don't need their money. I don't need their salary. I thank God, alhamdulillah. But the taxes that the poor people and the rich people as well, and businesses as well, I want them to see where it is going. So intellectual honesty is very important. One can be highly educated, but if you are not honest, it's like zero. You are not of any benefit, neither to society nor to the country. And this is the biggest problems we have in Africa, not only in the Gambia. You go to any government, you find highly educated people. But look at those governments and look at these countries. How do they look like? Why are our kids going to the back way, losing their lives, risking their lives, going to a place where honesty, discipline, hard work is the order of the day? Can't we have the same thing here in Africa? So that our children can stay in Africa. But you must have a new type of leadership that believes in that. If we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 million leaders who are really true and honest to their people, I can bet you in the next 20 years, no African will migrate to go to anywhere in the Europe. The reason is very simple. God has made that Africa is the richest continent on earth today. Why aren't we rich people? Because of mismanagement, because of lack of honesty, lack of commitment. And whatever we do, the Tubabs are looking at us. Whatever we steal from our continent, who do we take it to? The Tubabs. They'll be making good use of it. And sometimes, even when we want to go and reclaim it, it's very difficult. We have seen it in Nigeria. We have seen it in other African countries. When will that stop? My mission is to make sure that stops, and I want to start it with the KMC. Thank you very
much, Mr. Njai. Bakari, what is your plan for KMC? You're looking for this top job in KMC.
Yes.
What is your plan for the people of KMC?
Okay, thank you for that. I think with regards to my plan, I must say that among all these candidates, I was the first one who actually had a program written.
Wow.
And we had a website, and we have our Facebook page, and we detailed out everything about the demographics of the municipality, what is the population, how many villages we have in the municipality, and the things that are supposed to be done by the council as per the Local Government Act. And out of that, we are also able to outline what plans we have if I win and become the mayor.
Yes.
And experience also really matters.
Yes.
The council, before you can run the council, you need to be an insider. You need to know the council. And I was there for 5 years. Yeah. I was a nominated councillor, and I was head of the finance subcommittee of council between 2008 and 2013.
Yeah.
And that gave me an idea to know what the council is all about and what is required in order for us to be able to move the council, both the council, but also the municipality. Because that's what I always tell people, that the confusion we make is assuming that the council, KMC, is the municipality, when in its actual sense, KMC is the council itself, and the council will need to have some kind of transformation, some kind of, some kind of ideas in order to be able to reorganize the council and be able to have the required departments that can be able to move the municipality forward. And then have programs that are going to change the landscape of our municipality and ensure that we have a proper mapping in order to be able to do the work that is required. So this is how we have outlined our manifesto. First is the changes in the council. Second is what do we need to do in the municipality. So to start with, we did mention in our manifesto that in order for us to be able to do the rest of the things, what we need to start with is have a tax reform system. A tax reform system is needed so that we can be able to make businesses pay as per their business. If you are a small business person, certainly council is not supposed to be taking huge from you because that kills the business. And we want to encourage entrepreneurship and young people who are in business and women. And so for instance, if you go to the market and you sell every day and you're asked to pay $10 when your profit is 20 or 30, that's virtually killing the business. So we need to have a threshold and say, if you're below this threshold, you're not supposed to pay anything. If you're above this, then you need to pay this much. So that's the kind of changes we think should happen in the municipality. The second thing is have what we call a direct bank deposit. If for a business person and you come to you and collect, we tend to have some tendencies of corruption. But if, for instance, you're able to say, okay, if you're paying from 2,000 upwards, then you need to go to the bank and deposit it directly. Bring us a deposit slip, we give you a receipt, then nobody handle cash. And when we reduce handling of cash, that goes going to help us to reduce the corruption that is endemic in the council and has been there for a long time. So these are the kind of things we need. And then we can have the money to equip the departments. We have a community service department. We have that's responsible for cleansing and all these environmental issues. Then we have a licensed finance department where we have the license and other departments. These are all things that we need to train the personnel there. We need to digitalize the system because then you can be able to control things from your computer. So this is the internal changes we want. The external changes is how do we ensure that we have a municipality that people enjoy to live in. You have people who wake up in the morning and even to have access roads is a problem. We certainly need to improve our infrastructure, and improving the infrastructure means having some better access roads because KMC is responsible for all the feeder roads in the municipality, not the highways. So we need to have those things at least motorable for the people to use. The second thing is we have women, we have young people we have men who are running businesses. Our markets are congested. How do we decongest this market? And we have ideas as to how to do that. Serekunda market, we can reduce the people in Serekunda market and take them to Old Joso. Bring them some incentives and say, move out of Serekunda market, go to Old Joso, in 3 months you don't pay tax, and that encourages people to move out. But you can't just tell people, leave Serekunda market and go somewhere else, and there's no incentive because that's where they're used to. But then we can promote all these other markets if we're able to give incentive to the traders, and then people will be coming to those markets, and in 3 months they will be used to that place and certainly wouldn't go back to Serekunda market. So this is some of the things that we have. And our women and youth, we have council have a responsibility to have some funds that they can keep there and said, okay, we know we can provide employment to everybody who is in the municipality, but we have funding. If you have a group, you want to invest in business, come to KMC, apply, go through some process, and then they will give you some money. You go and invest. If you have carpenters, if you have mechanics, if you have masons, if you have musicians or so, give them some money, let them go and invest it, and then pay back, and you give it to the others. So that way you can be able to not have direct employment, but create opportunities where young people and women can be employed. So these are the things that we want to certainly see in a municipality, and this is the examples that we have seen in Senegal, in Ghana, in Nigeria, and we believe Gambia also can do that. We also want to promote culture and the entertainment industry, because we have a lot of young people who are interested in music, a lot of young people who are interested in sports, a lot of young people who are interested in theater. What is the central government and the municipalities doing to ensure that these people see benefit of what they're interested in? You don't have jobs. Support them in where they're interested, and certainly in 1 or 2 years you will see the dividend of it. So we have Senegal, to be specific. I always use Senegal because I think they are a good example for us.
Yes.
You look at the entertainment industry and see how much foreign exchange they bring into the country. The Gambia is not getting that. The entertainment film industry is the same thing. So these are the kind of programs that we think should be available to the people, and that's why we have put our manifesto in first, some changes in the council, infrastructural development, and also include the parks, because we do not have, people are not healthy here because we do not have parks where somebody can wake up in the morning and go and exercise. We have the buffer zone, which is virtually dilapidated. How do we change that? And our football fields also is the same. So virtually, this is the kind of intention that we have, and the biggest thing is our refuse collection system. We want to see a change in that. And I tell people when we go to the communities that it is your right to demand it from council. Because every year, council will give you what they call demand notes. And the demand notes is supposed to tell you your company is supposed to pay this much this year. And part of the tax that you're paying, the rates that you're paying, also include what they call environmental tax. And the environmental tax is supposed to mean that the council should come to you and pick up your trash. But you're paying annually, and in return also, instead of council coming, you're also paying to the private companies to come and pick. So that virtually, that's like double payments. And we think that is not fair to the taxpayers. Then council should certainly be able to have a way of managing our refuse by ensuring we have vehicles that go to people and collect it, and transform those things. We can engage into renewable energy. If you don't have the expertise in the country, KMC can seek partnership with government and get some experts outside to come and help KMC and all the other countries to engage in renewable energy or recycling. So these are the kind of ideas that we think will be able to move the council forward, and that's what we have.
These are the plans you have. Mr. Papanjai, what is going to be your direction? What plans are you putting in place if you become the mayor of KMC?
Thank you very much, Fatou. It's not about if I will become the mayor of KMC, inshallah. It's about, we're not only looking at solving the immediate problems. We're looking for leadership. We're looking for somebody with a vision. In 5 years, how do you want to see KMC looking like? That's very, very important. As a leader, you're not expected to do everything. You cannot. But you must have a vision, and that vision run by the people that you're going to employ, or the people that you're going to train on the ground. I've been doing this campaign for the last 12 months, and that's a word I always use. And by the way, Bakari is saying that he was the first person who put it on social media, on Facebook and things like that. Yeah, it is true. But we all had our plans, and no educated person will want to go into into this type of race without having a plan and a manifesto. We didn't put it up because it's a living document. Until the day before we go to council, it's still a living document. And if you go to the council, we still have to look at it again, because this is a vision. But we need a leader who has a vision. And this word that I always use is called operational efficiency. This is something that I think is very, very important. What I mean by operational efficiency, we have to go back to that office and change it 360. First we need to do, we have to do a staff audit. ñaata nit a fa nekk na nit ñi méngoo nañ ak man vision bu mu am. Suñ ko méngoowutee naka la ñoo trainer gars yi if they're trainable. If they're not trainable, we find a solution to them. Either we give them severance package or dismiss them. That's very, very important. We have to also look at the how can you run a municipality without having a HR department? That is not possible. So there's no HR department there. That has to change. We also have to make sure that he mentioned the tax, that how the taxes are collected and rates is very, very important. And just 2 weeks ago, I had to I wanted to pay the rates for my in-law. And they gave me a demand note. I gave it to somebody to go and pay. And the person paid, and they gave them another demand note, less the amount. That shows that I'm not corruption bufaneka. Because they should give you a receipt. So that system has to change. That is very, very important. The idea I have with the rate collection is that it's very, very, it's not simple, but it's doable. Imagine now we say every single person geomapping has a unique ID number. With that ID number, you said, okay, since jigéen is connect every day $10 nga fay. In the whole month it's like $300 if you go to the market every day. Okay, the $300 you say now, okay, for the next 1 year, I'm just giving an example. As a leader, you give the ideas and the workers on the ground implement. Okay, let's say now for the next 1 year, rates. All you need to do is buy an ID card, a unique number. And that unique number is a starting process of digitalizing the whole system. So next year, you start telling them, okay, instead of paying directly to the rate collector, go and pay to the bank with your unique number. Pay to the bank, everybody, apart from those people at the lower level, pay to the bank, but with a unique number. And then that's it, corruption is gone almost 80%. And until and unless we're able to control the way the rates are collected, the way things are the way we operate at the council, we cannot move forward. And we have to engage government. We go back to the 2002 local government document and use that, because the current one, because the current one says that money should be paid directly into the government.
Central government.
Central government. That lolo dañ ko stop, dañ ko stop. 2002 act bi lañu wara jël bobu tamit ñu dissect because they're still giving a lot of powers to the government. And this should be, KMC should be an autonomous municipality. We have to be able to have the complete power. Bobu is something that I'm going to work on. So ma fa joggé nak ma wax leen tamit gis nga everybody, we all know the problems. Waaw ñepp amone problems. Why? How do we implement those problems? How do we change those challenges into solutions? That's why the leadership comes in. Lu Bakary wax, man nako wax, kitam nako wax. So it's very, very important. Young people, we have to create opportunities for them.
Yes.
And opportunities meaning that munfa fa dese xalé bi légui ndam mën na jël opportunity mu daw mom through education, offering scholarships. And the experience I've got from the American embassy is that we should have different types of scholarships. Need-based, merit-based, and skills-based. Some people don't know what dara. Why not them formal school? So if you create an opportunity, we have scholarship, you must jang métier. It's very, very important. And again, it's about leadership. It's again, ku nga xamé musul na ko def. Ku ko moy mëna lead. Businesses, then you want to friends. We have to go and talk to the businessmen. Businessmen is tax reforms are uniform and it's predictable, and there are benefits for them. Then they know. I'm gonna give an example, right? Like street names, street poles. So they may want a private sector say, okay, legi. Can you sponsor 1,000 street poles with street names? All you need to do is to put your sticker there. It's advertisement to them indirectly, and then for us, the city is lit up. Trash bin system is all the same. So we have to make the business sector our friends. ñoo mën a dimbale. bi soo leen defee friends ñu óolu la and they have the predictability mën nañu door di sax okay every year we take about 20 students as internship or apprenticeship. su ko defee rek then we can move forward. So I'm sorry, but I have to explain. Yes. Okay. So it talks about sports. Sport. Man, do not sports. Sport. Do not sports. Have no problems. It's training. It's infrastructure. Parks are in disarray, and we have to go back and invest. We have to control the arts and culture. That now have now some problems. We have to invest back. My passion is urban agriculture. Bobu mom. Su fekkee ne def one leneen sax urban agriculture foog ma revitalize ko. Waaw that is very, very important. One jigéen ñi ñu ngi naako KMC dafa bari naako dafa am ay naako. We have to make sure that they are able to continue to do those agricultural production. They have to be able to be dañu war a mën a train su ko defee excess products yi ñu mën ko transform. Finally xam naa ne yéen a ngi lifin rek.
No, it's okay.
Parce que Fatou.
Yes.
Ak lifin yéen bi ku nekk dañu ko war a oo individually mu gën a dilate programs car parks are very important léegi amuñ car parks correct foog ñu redesign the urban the plan of the urban structure of KMC. We have to look at that. Infrastructure is important. Hospitals, access roads, green zones are important. We have to beautify KMC. Rwanda. Oh my God, it's beautiful. And we can do it. We have the skills. So those are some of the things that I think are very important. Waste management, to me, waste management is not just waste disposal. You can make money out of waste. You can create a fertilizer, compost, fertilizer every. Train the ladies how to create, how to do composting. You can recycle. Recycle. So we need a leader who listens a lot, who knows the issues, and is willing to be innovative. Then I want to think outside of the box. So those are some of my ideas that I want to discuss, and then we can dilate it later on. Wow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ndiaye. Lan mooy sa plan? What is your plans for KMC if you become the mayor?
Man na duma bari wax comme suma raka ji Papa Ndiaye. Dama ko tënka. Problème ji KMC ak yeneen municipalities yëpp ñëpp xam nañ ko te liñ ci wax fii nii mënuma cee yokkal leneen solutions yuñ bugg a tamit ñëpp about the same solutions la foofu rek laay differentiate ak gaay man dama believe ne KMC ak yeneen municipalities yi war nañoo mun a generate yeneen revenue du dul ci taxe tax rek dina metti torop am na koo xam ne boo ko laajee dalasi sax mu yuuxu kere dama doon wax affaire yi public taps yi ne nañ leen di caaj $1 pour benn beñuwaar kenn hey am na ñoo xam ne nañ xëy suuf ba ngoon jot dalasi du nekk ci seen poos te dañ war a root dañ war a naan dañ war a sangu ma ne kon donc problème bi doy na waar li ko saafaraal rek mooy KMC mun a am yeneen xaalis yoo xam ne jógewut ci taxe man nag foofu laa ñëwee yu ci bari nag suma seekere la waaye dinaa ci joxe ñaari exemple rek for exemple town halls wax na ne dañ war a business friendly d'accord naa ak moom dinaa encourage big business pour ñuy invest into infrastructure yu mel ni town halls yi nii commercial center activities, create more football fields, more basketball fields. Today ko seen boppa. Okay? Gis nañ ko Europe, it's nothing new. Loolu buñ ko defee, di nga gis ne nañ dawal ba nga xam ne KMC li moo soxlaati pour taxe du bari. Loolu benn la. Ñaareel ba mooy, gis nga ñun Africans ñoo fi daa bind project documents. Why, if it comes to implementation, we are zero. Di nga gis a bulk document boo xam ne is 200 pages. May ko 10 years nga laaj leen fan ngeen tollu ci lii suñ la ci wonee benn realization or two bari na. Man nag foofu laay ñëwee. Dama yaaga dimbale doomi aadama ak askan yi for 40 good years. Ma toog GDC ne ma yow lañ yaakaar man utuma de man dañ ma utsi dama yow lañ yaakaar ma ne leen leena rek laa leen mun a defal jàngal leen naka la ñoo nappee waaye du ma jëlati benn koppar di dugal ci poosi nit gannaaw ña ma ko daan defal ak njaboot ji ñooñu naa continuer ak ñoom waaye askan bi in general dinaa make sure ne li ñoo fay ci taxe gis nañ fi mu duga ñaareel ba dinaa make sure ne jàngal naa leen loo xam ne xamuñ ko woon dina leen njëriñ ci ñaari fànn benn bi mooy technical innovation ñun am nañ technical skills yoo xam ne mun nga defar lu ñoo ooyee solar wind energy te doo import tous matériel si yëpp a ngi fii xam-xam bi rek lañ leen di jàngal looloo tax ci suma programme ma def ci ne dañ war a create an institute of technology for KMC for wind and solar energy solar nag mënuñ ci dara foog ñu import lu bari waaye wind ngelaw yàlla baa ngi fi waaw liñ koo defaree duma ko wax waaye bés buñ ubbee institute boobu noonu people will be amazed yan materials la ñoo use pour defar wind energy loolu suñ ko defee ba pare lan mooy xew mu ngi mel ni students yi graduate foofu ñoom ñëpp dañoo nekk business creators suñ defaree seen kër yi ba pare ba génnee seen nawet mitas yi teg fële néebo si dinañ commencé di leen wax ma de defaral ma soo moytu dinaa bankrupt nawet de surtout nag ñi nekk ci west coast bi waaw te lu leer laay wax nii te mun naa am kon donc man loolu laa mun a jàngale looloy suma mission ak suma vision pour KMC te benn taam rek laay saaf
te benn taam rek nga saaf
bugguma ñaar damaa dem noppale ko ci
Dadi Ndiaye
jërëjëf
bu nga dégloo ñetti candidates yi yëpp bi nga dégloo ñetti candidates yi rek ma bugg rek balaa ñoo jël suñ first commercial break Dadi bi nga dégloo ñetti candidates yi yëpp fan nga bëgg a dugg seen
Thank you so much for us. One thing that has happened in the new Gambia, like I said, is political plurality. But this political plurality also comes with political adventurism. What is political adventurism? People who have no business in politics wanting to politic because it's fashionable.
Yeah.
You see, the life of the people of KMC and any other region of the Gambia is not a laboratory exercise where people should come and make an experiment, a trial and error. We have suffered enough.
Yep.
So going forward, we are looking for competence. We're looking for visionaries. We're looking for action-oriented people. And KMC, as I see it, will need three things going forward. A strong revenue assurance mechanism and people who think outside the box.
Yeah.
Only in the Gambia where municipalities don't raise bonds. If you look at the city of Dakar, they were able to raise nothing less than $200–300 million to beautify Dakar. US dollars, to beautify Dakar. But this needs innovation. This needs competence. But unfortunately in Gambia, competence and creativity are put in the back burner. What's more important in Gambia is popularity contest. We have two problems. The politicians who want to play politics, but equally, the average Gambian with a voter's card don't know the value of that voter's card, and they have turned elections into popularity contests. Hence, our poverty rates getting higher and higher by the day. The Gambian needs to find people who can take them out of the poverty-stricken environment they are in, bad schools, bad roads. You go to Ibo Town, where the gentleman is from, you don't want to go there during the rainy season. You can see that I call it economic segregation, and I call it economic discrimination. The government is not doing much about it. The municipality is not doing much about it. And the people who live there are still running after the same people who are keeping them in poverty. So, going forward, I think we have two things. The Gambians, just like the Mandinka will say, Inya Yele, they need to open their eyes. But equally, the governments, local and national, need to be serious about developing this country. KMC is one of the biggest as it relates to economy. But do we have candidates who can lift it out of the misery it finds itself in, or are they going to continue to shoot the people of KMC on the foot? So after the break, I will want to pose a question or two to them and find out what sustainable, I've listened. I want sustainable solutions, tried and tested, not ideas. So after the break, that's where I hope we will head.
We'll take our first commercial break. When we come back, how sustainable is their programs? We'll take our first commercial break.
Can't do small or big projects with the same dedication and commitment as we do. With a reputation as the leading printing company in the country, when it comes to major projects and innovative solutions, we always deliver in high quality, thus receiving the trust and confidence of our clients. From the moment your order is placed to when it is delivered, we believe in exceeding expectations from the sales manager to the production team, the account manager, and the person delivering your material. We have state-of-the-art equipment and a highly experienced and competent workforce that enables us to deliver top quality work on time. At reasonable prices, we provide our clients with multiple solutions right from conceptualizing, designing, printing, binding, publishing, and distribution. For all your printing requirements, we are strategically located at the Sankumsila Highway, the Gambia Printing and Publishing Corporation. We print what you desire.
The Gambia Revenue Authority wishes to inform the general public that income earned from the letting or leasing of property is taxable as per the Income and Value Added Tax Act 2012. In this regard, the general public is hereby informed that payment of rental income tax is an obligation on any person who earns income from letting or leasing properties. All rental income earned from properties in the Gambia is subjected to rental income tax. There are two types of rental income tax. A residential rental income tax charged at the rate of 8% of gross rent received. Commercial rental income charged at the rate of 10% of gross rent received. It is important to note that failure to declare and pay rental income tax is illegal and punishable under the Income and Value Added Tax Act 2012. To pay your rental income tax, rush to the nearest GRA domestic tax office or any of GRA's designated banks. Remember to pay your taxes and on time. GRA, collecting revenue for national development.
And most trusted agency in real estate and property management.
We are here to make housing affordable, accessible for every Gambian, despite their financial status.
What makes Universal outstanding in the market is our flexible payment plans.
We set standards in sales and letting of quality properties, mortgage, leasing, rentals, property valuation, construction, and many more.
All our sites are fitted with social amenities such as schools, water, electricity, praying ground, and a good road network. In Sukuta Phase 1 and 2, Jambanjeli, Sanyang, Brikama, Lamin Daranka, and Gunjur coming up soon.
Doing business with Universal Properties, it's a very wonderful experience.
Universal Properties, FIB House, Caraba Avenue.
Welcome back to KERR FATOU. Comme ni ma ko waxee rek lii mooy luñ bëgga si new leadership buñ bëgga si KM. Kilifa yoo xam ne leaders yoo xam ne am nañ sañ-sañ ñu wax seen programme askan bi dégg leen kon Oli I think this is going to be very interesting conversation bu ñu paree rek comme da di fu mu stop dañoo naan dañuy yaatal programmes am na waaye naka lañ mën a soutenir seen programmes yi Oli ma bàyyi la nga dugg si foofu balaa ñoo gën a yaatal waxtaan bi.
jërëjëf Fatou déglu naa ñoom ñetti candidat si biñ wax waaye ba tey dafa mel ni just ideas kenn waxagut ma fi naka lañ ko defee ndax suñ ko defee dina continuer mooy sustainable plan bi ñoo wax nii ba pare am na lu ma doon yaakaar pour dégga waaye dégguma ko xëj na tam ni koon xëj na gaay egga fa muy baakote li fa nekka mbalit boobu saxaar boobu health hazard bi loolu di cause si SOS not only sax waa SOS waaye waa gox boobu noonu yëpp lan la ñuy am si seen xalaat loo xam ne dinañ mën a toxal wala ba tey suñ ko toxalut xëy na def use renewable energy Mr Bakar Badji wax na ko Papa Ndiaye wax na ko te du ñàkk a yit ne Papa Ndiaye gëri gara yit bokk na si plan sam waaye youth empowerment employment dafa important ideas yi bari nañ ideas yi baax nañ waaye naka la na at possible na ndax nañ ko mën a sustain.
te affaire si moom. lu ma ko waxee di njëlbeen ba. gis nga foofu noonu KM council suñ ko réformé dara du baax. foofu solution bi foofu la war a jógee. solution bi staff audit bi dañ war a audit staff si. ok ba tamit soo jëlee rights people yi da nga war a fay.
maa ngi bëgg a ñëw foofu Papa dégg naa la si sa wax yi mu ne am na ñoo xam ne xëy na ñu dismiss leen sakatuma ci kuy ut place foog loo ne wax jooju
dama ne
waaw comme su dee si audit bi
su fekkee ne dama lu leer dama leeral dama ne su defee staff audit bi su ku nga xam ne am na qualification mun na liggéey foofu noonu ñu jël ko ku nga xam ne fu ñu ko dugal he is not qualified or she is not qualified mën nañ ko retrain ñu train ko ku nga xam ne definitely mun ko liggéey ñu def ko severance package mooy ne dañ laa jox package nga dem man loolu la fa leer te as a leader nag fa nga jël risque because ñu fay daf ñu fay seen tax rate dañ bari. waaw so ñoom man ñooy suma interest. du benn 20,000 30,000 people nga xam ne ñu ngi KMC. of course I'll give them the due respect. waaye nag foofu la problème bi dooree. oncle wax na ko ma suma brother wax na ko. revenue collection bi dafa important. there are ways of collecting revenues. not only taxes yi. bari na waaye nag doo ko fi waxee léegi. because soo ko waxee léegi rek dafa yaxa carte bi. because soo ko defee. du favor ay some people. waaw waaye nag there are ways of collecting revenue. soo demee Dakar Njaay rek Dakar fii nii. parce que man I went and looked at the council and I saw ways of collecting revenue. da ngay wax na leen bon bi. KMC is a guarantee. KMC si boppam guarantee la. So those are the first thing that we need to do. Then you want to make sure revenue collection is controlled. So control you want them to other areas. Sustainability mom is very, very important. Why now buy my collection?
Sustainability, you know, the only one.
Yeah, I think one thing also we want to understand, my KMC, the councils, they also operated under laws. Because I'm in the Local Government Act, I'm in the Local Government Finance and Audit Act. So these two laws, you more like the guide council's operations. So the council, those things, council can generate funds from one, the tax, being they collect, Nyarel from the consolidated fund, be from central government. The third one, more like from grants. So this is how we can raise funds, or council can raise funds. So, and then you have the other which is donations. So donations probably you don't whatever that means. But so now the consolidated fund from central government doesn't come to KMC. So, government for many years have not been giving council that consolidated fund, and it says. 25% of your development fund is supposed to come from central government. That is not coming. And that has been the trend ever since. So I think the reality might win. You will have to work with the central government to reform the laws. Also to let the central government give councils what is due to them. This is the reality. And now we talk about the income in council. Almost 100+ million more to council every year. That money, KMC, to give you just one flat example, council is paying $2.3 million on street light bills alone every month.
Wow.
Now, calculate every month. 2.3 million times 12. How much is that from the total money? So this is the reality, and this is the challenges that the councils are facing. And in as much as we want position, we also need to tell the people the realities that these are things that councils are encountering. At one point, central government, they never won revenue from the councils. There was what was called the tourism income from tourism. Then there was what was called the livestock tax. Then GLMA, Gambia Livestock Management Agency, and quite a number of other things. So these are things that probably people don't know. In the past, communication wasn't very good between the councils and the people. So I think it's important that we know this. I think personally, man, I have said not only ideas, but I've also said those ideas. How are we going to make it realistic? We talked about employment. I already gave an example how we can create employment by supporting training people to get employment or provide opportunities for them to get employed, and quite a number of other things that we can. The thing is, maybe we do not have much time to go into details, but we always refer people to our website that go there, read whatever we think should be the things that council should do.
I think going forward, the way the residents of KMC expect out of any aspiring candidate that may be a mayor tomorrow is to have creative leadership. You have identified areas to raise money, but there are a lot of things, the laws are mute on it. Public-private initiatives. And public-private initiatives, some of your feeder roads can be public-private initiatives. That's one. Secondly, if you look at certain areas of the municipality, why they are so economically down, because there are no incentives from the municipality for businesses to move into them. So KMC as an area need a free enterprise investment zone whereby companies can move into these depressed neighborhoods and do business. One, you have a special tax rate for people moving into these depressed areas to do business, meaning they may not make money in their first 2 years, but going in there gives an opportunity and hope for people living there, and subsequently they will also make money. But you made mention of employment. I believe KMC should be the employer of last resort. We should have a lean, mean administration at KMC. But KMC should create an environment where private investments will create employment. You're talking about the creative industry. That's something that we really need to work on, because most Gambian youths are now gearing more towards the creative industry, music, film, and others. Yeah. But the way is not for KMC to provide for them, but provide opportunities to others as vehicles for them to come in and move on. If we take municipalities and make them the last employer of choice, we will be able to help our lot. If we want to be the problem solvers of employment, we will be as poor as the people we're trying to help. Just like the Wolof will say, fukki ndol bo len bugé dimbalé mi té juroom ñenenti ndol bo len bugé dimbalé yow nga fukkel len. So the issue for KMC is not to be the employer, but an inducer for employment, so that others will employ. So I am hoping, Mr. Njai, Mr. Baji, we will come up with decisive, creative leadership strategies that will uplift the situation of the average youth living in KMC. You go to our markets today. The markets are empty, by the way. Let me tell you this. Everyone is moving to the streets because the markets are inaccessible. So you stay in the market, you don't make money. So now they come to the streets because that's where people are. Congestion has happened. The municipal police are not doing anything. Corruption is rife. Urban planning is poor. So this is what the voter of KMC is expecting out of any leadership coming out of KMC.
I agree.
Shall I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's my time.
Yes.
An economist has just spoken, a financial analyst, and an administrator. You see, if you take over KMC, I believe the first thing you should do is to audit KMC. Not even to depend on the government audited accounts. Yeah. I believe I will take a private sector auditing firm to re-audit the KMC before I sit in that chair. Because I want to know on what I am sitting on. What has happened in the past might be left in the past. My main mission will be what will happen today and tomorrow. I will make sure that the imbalance that is created in tax, in the tax regime is being corrected. The other day I went to the market. I saw a poor lady, excuse my language for that, selling bahal. I asked her how much does she pay, and she said $10 a day, and she works 6 days a week. When I calculated what she was paying at the end of the year, it will amount to $3,400 and something dollars.
For the whole
So,
year?
wow, yes. And I went to a shop, which is just around, and that shop owner was paying only $1,000 per annum. And if you look at the stock in the shop, it's worth more than $1 million. That imbalance must be rectified.
Yeah.
That means the poor are paying more tax than the rich.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, coming from a private sector background, one will not create a business and let it run on a loss and eventually go bankrupt. So the same management principles that I applied in the private sector will be similar management principles that I will apply within the KMC administration. The only difference is that this one is a public enterprise, I call it enterprise, and where I'm coming from is a private enterprise. I know how to manage both of them. Although I have not managed a public enterprise yet, but it's not a big deal. Okay? It's all about revenue expenditure. Okay? As far as KMC is concerned. When you talk about other aspects of the economy, you might talk about production and so on. But in this case, there is no production involved. Now, I said earlier that I want to create avenues for the KMC to make money without taxing people. This is where my concentration will be. Okay? People will begin to realize that the monies or the taxes that they are paying, they're seeing where it is going. That is the most important thing. And they will not see it the first year. Absolutely not. But the second year, they will start to see it and feel it. Okay? Yeah. And the institute that I just mentioned, and so many other things. You see, all of us have similar programs. Where we will differentiate is the innovations that we will be bringing inside the KMC. Yeah. What I can assure KMC voters is that I take KMC, if they vote me in, as my own. I will treat KMC like I treat my own business. I will make sure it prospers. I will make sure it's beneficial to everybody. So KMC are my shareholders, and I will make sure they get the dividends of their contribution. Thank you, Fatou.
Thank you very much. One key area I think is very important.
I didn't comment. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. What Daddy said is very true. As a leader, I think that it's going to be practically impossible for you to have all the solutions. Okay, you have to have the vision, you have to have the direction. But I'll give an example of something that's doable. Gis nga boppu jën yi.
waaw
boppu jën rek.
jën waaw boppu jën waaw
bu ñu di ko sànni si lifin bi si marché bi.
waaw
xam nga loolu mën nañu koo defar mu nekk fish meal. Millions that you can get out of it. Simple la rek jàngal xale already ñu si marché bi di am pousse dem. Simple jàngal xale ne every day jigéen ñi nga dimbale leen ak ñu am container bu nga xam ne every day borom pousse bi si pousse bi dañoo dugga collect ko su ko collecté they have a site somewhere ñu dem ñu process ko dry ko su ko dry ñu process ko rek ñu jaay ko to the poultry industry or if the quantity is big enough you export ko so ideas are there okay so we have to like that lu mu waxoon we have to think outside of the box Bakar Lumo is very true. One the source of revenue is in the book act bi one act bu fa nekk léegi moom dañ ko war a sànni si biti the minimum we can do is 2002 act bi la ñuy jëlaat ñu dissect ko ñu move forward so ñu ñëpp benn ideas yi lañ am ñëpp we have what luñ bëgga waaye nag ñu ko defee moo utee man dama foog ne we need leaders who can think outside of the box.
li ma dee wax mooy saa yu nekk politicien bi dina la jox fine ideas. dina la jox wax ji dina neex waaye there are specific areas yoo xam ne waa KMC soxla nañ ko refuse bi. tey boo jaaree Bakoteh kenn bëggut a am kër boori Bakoteh te këri Bakoteh tey value bi dafa waroon a high waaye because of lu fa nekk yéen ku nekk what specifics lañ am pour dimbale the people of KM. So tey boo toogee fan ngaa yóbbu.
What I'm saying is, if we want to start talking about specifics, Bakoteh, Bundung, etc., we might leave some other sectors. Suñ ci déggut seen boppa. Dinañ ne ñii kon ñun xalaatuñu. Waaye I can assure you ne. Gis nga problème si nga wax yépp. ñi fi toog yépp. xam nañ ne problème yooyu ngay existe te kenn ku ci nekk ci ñun I am sure ne bokk na ci sa programme naka ngaa saafaralee problème boobu noonu
waaye mister soo gisee ma wax loolu moo tax fii dañuy jaawee sustainability all these fine ideas ngeen def gis nañ fii comme li mu fi wax nit defal projet proposal 200 pages waaye at the end of the year benn sax mënu ko implement fan ngaa jëlee xaalis because man am very alarmed ne kii li mu fi wax su dee sa electric bill rek mu ngi nekk 2.3 million a year and yow sa revenue buy ñëw is 100 million lan nga mun a amee xaalis pour implement a lot of projects foofu
private sector partnership léegi solar lights street lights ñu ngi bari
but forget about solar lights the problem here is management of resources. Yes. We have $2.3 million a month on electric bill because our street lights are not turned off at the right time.
Exactly.
Sometimes daylight now is 5:45. Most of our street lights are turned off at 7:30 or 8, and they come on at 7 when daylight has extended to 7:30.
Wow.
So the problem, then again, is creative leadership.
Yes.
We can put timers in our street lights systems, whereby they will go with the sunset and the sunrise. See, the simple things in life, and common sense is not common, but what we need in this new Gambia is innovative and creative leadership. So cost cutting it's not something that someone has to bring to your table, but you have to find a way to do it.
That's one time I actually mentioned in my Facebook social media page that we need to do austerity measures in KMC, in the council. Austerity measure meaning that from you whole you spend for council is about you spend for body. Books, coming to work on time, finishing on time. Understand? Things that are simple, we do it. People are wasting my fuel. They gonna then get them right. So I can boss and jail fuel.
Wow.
Those things must stop.
Yeah.
More time we, I mean, all of us collectively, we have to make sure that the council is run like an enterprise. For food are important. You get it on is simple technology, very simple technology. Timers, timers. Do the timers, or go to the extreme. Start bringing solar street lights, and then have a PPP with somebody. Of course, graduating over the years. We have to be creative. We have to start thinking out of the box.
More innovation bi ñoo wax lampa yi yàlla may nañu naaj may nañu ngelaw street lights yi ndax mënut a nekkal solar wala ñu def simple ñu fàtte li ñoo use street lights yi yéena yi tuddee naka la electricity bi through nawet ak yooyu yàlla may nañu naaj nañ start project boo xam ne street lights yi fu mu nekk nii daal nañ use solar.
But then again, the problem is KMC didn't put up these street lights.
Yes.
Let's be fair with the municipalities. You see, urban planning is a role of the municipality. We know in the last dispensation, Yaya Jammeh just put street lights all over as a political tool and never took over the cost of maintaining these things. Now they need to put in the brakes. I'll give you a simple example. The TDA area, where does this start? Because if GT board is collecting money from traffic light and KMC is paying for lights at traffic light, something is fundamentally wrong.
Not only that. I mean, even NRA, the National Road Authority.
I know.
At one time, there was an arrangement that if the billboards that were on the street light, and if you look at every pole, there is this advertisement from Gantel. It was coming to KMC. At one time, central government gave a directive that the money coming from those things should go to the NRA, the National Road Authority. But yet still, the bills are being paid by the councils. So this is the time of it that we have. And like I said, it's a lot of things were not right. And any leadership that is in the council will work with government to rectify some of those errors or anomalies that were happening in the past. But it's actually, probably whosoever wins, and like I said, it's what is more important in the position of the mayor is somebody who is very strategic, a leader who understands what leadership is. Have your directors, they do the job because the directors are supposed to be expertise in either of these areas. And then you have a leader who is very visionary and provide the leadership to the rest of the team, and I'm sure council will work. I think this is the things that we also...
turn the lights off?
No, okay, look.
Will you turn the lights off?
Yes, I will. When I was head of the finance committee and council, we tried it with NAWEC to take control of the street lights, but they refused, and they told us that the street lights is theirs, and they have to decide what time it comes on, what time it comes on. KMC has no control as to what time the street light comes on or goes off.
No, it's yours. You know the reason why it's yours?
No, I understand.
Paying the bill.
No.
So what I'm saying is, if you are elected, will you stop paying the bills and allow the lights to go off and go back to the drawing board and negotiate?
Oh yeah, if I'm elected, that's certainly something that we can do because
will you do it?
I will do it. I will ensure that. No. We're not talking about. I don't think he's talking about putting up the lights. What I mean is, like he said,
you have to take a decision.
Yeah, you need to because at certain time you also need to take a decision.
Again, security is not your responsibility.
Let him land.
Security is part of KMC. The police was
Let him land.
No, let me say something.
Yeah, let him land.
NAWEC deliberately goes to the councils and switch off their lights. And so the offices, the council, BCC, KMC, Welcome Area Council will be off and they'll be operating on generator because KMC owes them. Now, if that is the case, then there's no reason why council also cannot take a position and say, we are not paying the lights unless we have control over it. That's what because they put off the lights because they want KMC to pay them. You can also take a position and say, I'm not doing this unless you give me control over that. I think this is what we need to do. So Let me just conclude a minute.
Yes, yeah.
So this is the reality.
Yeah.
And like I said, we had a situation that was very abnormal. If KMC wasn't paying the lights, let us don't come from Nawek to KMC. It comes from State House. And say, pay Nawek or heads will roll. And then they will call us and say, we need to get money. There was no money. You need to go to Trust Bank and look for money to pay at least 30 million or 20 million as offset. You know, so these are realities that we have. And I think it's important that people also be told the truth that this is the thing. So, law reform, the decentralizing that Nyangja talked about, is on paper, but not in practice. The CEO of KMC is still appointed by the Ministry of Local Government. So these are things that we need to look at and rectify them. You know, so this is what I think Proal would just want to share.
Mr. Njai, you were saying that you will not put the lights off, like for security reasons.
The reason why I'm saying that, because most of the shop owners and these houses around, they pay rates and taxes to KMC. The darker it is, the more likely that vandalism will increase. Okay, we will renegotiate. NAWEC are also paying rates. We will put all the figures on the table and look at who owes who what, and then we will offset it, and then we move ahead from that. Now, coming back to all these ideas that we are talking about, these innovations, thinking outside the box. You know what underlines all that is the willingness to implement. Once that conviction is not in that person, give him 1 million ideas, 20 million innovative ideas, you will see nothing. And the only way that you can prove that somebody can do it is by investing into that somebody. Now, let me tell the KMC community that their cards are investment cards. They have to invest to whom they trust. Once they do that, if that person does not deliver, let them kick him out at the end of the 4 years and bring in somebody else. Period.
We have a problem, and a serious problem. Go ahead. Every municipality needs zoning. Today, in KMC, we are seeing dilapidated homes, homes that are not painted, homes that are let to rot, and no one is doing anything about it. And guess what? It's destroying property values of neighborhoods. It's the responsibility of municipality to set zoning standards and minimum occupancy standard. If a house is occupied, this is the minimum it has to be. And that's why Banjul has gotten to the state that it is.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I am seeing another Banjul in a greater magnitude, and it's going to be worse.
You know what brought that?
So, going forward,
yes,
I think it's the responsibility of the aspiring. Let me finish first. Let me finish. It's the responsibility of the aspiring candidates. You have spoken about everything, but you haven't spoken about maintaining the values that we have created.
Let me come into that. You see, Banjul, if you look at Banjul before talking about KMC, we have a serious problem. When the ports wanted to expand, they had to forcefully buy all those freehold properties around the Halfdye area, and they had to put their own values, whether you like it or not, you are obliged to sell. These are the problems that we face in Banjul. But in KMC and the rest of the country, what we are facing is land speculation. You have people that will grab 100 plots of land and waiting for the value to go up and dispose them. That's the what I would call the speculators, and most of them are government officials.
But that's not what
I will not mince my. Let me finish. Okay. Now, if those speculators are around your areas, they are waiting for the highest bidder, or they are waiting for the land to go up. Okay? During the 22 years of Yaya Jammeh, the value of land tended to go down. Okay? Now that Yaya Jammeh is gone, the values are going up. Okay? During that time, let me land before you interfere. During that time, a lot of people knew that there will be changes. Yeah. So why selling their lands at $100,000 or $200,000 whilst they can wait to sell it for $1 million? You know, to conclude on that point, I think central government must come in. Yeah. If I was working in central government, I would give an ultimatum to all these lands that are in certain areas undeveloped for 20 years. I'll give them 4 years notice to either develop or sell or forfeit.
Yeah. Can we also intervene? Because,
thank you.
It's getting, with the land issue. Do you know that KMC, there's no land that the council has anymore? But land
I learned it, yeah.
I'm gonna bet if council needs land, they have to go through the governments, local government. Properties, lands in KMC should be managed and controlled by the municipality, and there will be a time where we have to start buying back land. We have to. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about car parks. We have to buy back car parks. Kiluma was zoning B is very, very important. As zoning B, more decide the value of the land, more decide what is commercial, what is residential. Do you know that? They sold by the square meter. Do you know that along the river, yes, this poor neighborhood, can become one of the richest neighborhoods. So for them, my brother, man, not for them. The dirt. Yeah. Let's just go clean that place and increase the value and get people to come and invest.
The reason why also some of these things, politicians, investors, for example, these Chinese companies. Look at what they are doing in our rivers. But who among the politicians put that political decision to stop land in the interest of the community? No one of solo.
And any problem?
Politicians
so for the day, as a politician, they are supposed. Man, I want to leave a legacy. He wants to leave a legacy. He wants to leave a legacy. If you want to leave a legacy, you go in and fight against the system. You have to create something. Set direct to see. If you pay them good enough, but then give them performance contracts. You perform, you have a time, you don't out. You have to be a strong-headed. So when you get respect, that is what we need. We need a leader with a difference. We need a leader who already is comfortable and is not looking for anything. He wants to leave a legacy. Man legacy la buga bay, te hamna small kotobi legacy la buga bay, te smart kapitami legacy la buga. So we have to leave a legacy. And how do we do that? We go and we cannot develop everything. Then you start nanka mota fofu no KMC den ko government, then they were engage government. It's like Jeleko Joko, then the Abuko. That is a beautiful road that you can develop. So can offload the congestion on the high road. There are meters you can put a meter on the road. So it comes to highway, there will be so many vehicles parked on the road. Those are things that we will talk about later, but we cannot talk about it now.
Listen, yes. I think right now, back to creative and innovative leadership. KMC today can do a joint project with Banjul, and it becomes a toll. What that means, from Wafinjago, you have a port in Wafinjago. The next one is Breakwald. The next one is Ibo Town. The next one is Talinding, Abuko, Mandinari. And guess what? It's a shortcut to go to western region of the Gambia, and people who want to use it pay a toll. Right? So it's a riverfront access. But it has to be a joint project. But all this will happen if the leadership is thinking outside of the box. And what we want is not the next mayor. We want a different mayor. Are you the different mayor? Are you that different mayor? Are you that different mayor? That's what I want to hear.
Thinking outside the box is very easy. No, it's very, let me learn. Let me give you the reason why I said so. You see, when GDC approached me to stand as their mayoral candidate, the first question I asked them is that I've seen two fundamental problems in local government that if they are not solved, the mayor can do nothing. One is, I think, Yaya Jammeh gave himself powers to remove a mayor. That is not fair. That law must be repealed immediately. It's like we are working today and pleases to His Excellency Adam Barrow, he can dismiss you. Yes.
The president can dismiss
absolutely.
Not an elected
It's in the
officer.
laws. It's in the laws.
But
let me learn.
A bad law cannot stand in court because an elected officer cannot be dismissed.
It's in the law. It's in the law. It's in the party.
No.
It's in the books.
No.
Unless they are removed from our books, it stands.
The political party can dismiss
Now,
the candidate.
I raise this problem. Let me tell you the second problem.
It happened before.
But it's a contravention of law.
Let me tell you the second problem.
The laws.
Yeah.
Now it's a bad law.
Yeah.
That's probably.
But it's still in the law.
You can go to court and challenge it.
But it cannot stand.
Pasala tried it in Banjul. He was removed by the former president. He went to court, and then nothing came out of the court. So, but like I said, that was a system that was very abnormal. But of course, in the laws, there is where the president can remove the mayor, and the party. If you come under a party and you dismiss from the party, you also lose the seat.
Exactly.
So those things are there, and that is why. And let me also say that that's why I always tell people that for KMC to work, we do not need anybody who is coming from a political party. We need somebody who is very independent and is there to work for the interests of the people. Because anytime you're there on behalf of a political party, you're no longer serving the interests of the party, they will get you out.
That's true.
You are coming to the
That's the
second
reality.
problem, which you have just mentioned, but it's not a problem. You should flip the idea. You see, if you are elected mayor and you don't have a quorum within the councillors, you cannot work. Any law or any proposal that you put on the table because of your party connotation or you're an independent candidate, they can put obstacles.
Then they are not working for the
I bet
people.
will be very discouraging. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. One thing,
those councillors are really representing the people. Not the party alone. No, I beg to differ.
Let me learn. What I'm saying here is political.
President Barrow is an independent candidate.
Yes.
By right.
Let me learn, and that will be my last intervention. Political education is very important for voters. Okay, the voters are the one who should pressure the politicians and government officials to do the right thing. Okay? No matter what good intentions you have for the KMC or the BBC, if you don't get the support of the government, they can frustrate your efforts.
They can frustrate your efforts. We'll take our second commercial break. When we come back, are you going to be that candidate who is not going to be representing the special interest group? Are you going to be that candidate KMC is yearning for? Because definitely the people of KMC are suffering. So we'll take our second commercial break. When we come back, definitely, Conte Kunda restaurant is going to host us to a beautiful dinner here at KERR FATOU. See you very soon.
To make our facilities and services more accessible and find freedom all around us, with a location proximity to active markets, with a liberal air transportation policy, that daily pursuit is how we turn everyday opportunities for you. For all destination marketing support, customized packages for new existing airlines and operators, and for a highly ranked tourist destination, the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority is here to serve. We regulate air transport, operate and manage BIA technical requirements, merged with commercial considerations. We have experienced and well-trained aviation professionals to cater for your needs. For investment opportunities in building airport hotels, shopping malls, playground for children, do contact us on 4472-831, 4472-893. Gambia Civil Aviation Authority. We go beyond daily.
Do you want the best in office supplies? Do you want value for money? Then look no further. Vital Trading Limited is here for you. Vital Trading Limited is the best in town when it comes to office supplies and all your printing needs. We brand, rebrand, design and print logos, flyers, caps, pens, 3D signboards, neon signboards, envelopes and many more. We also have bank coin counters, bank note counters, fire protect safes, just to name a few. At Vital Trading Limited, satisfaction is guaranteed and we deliver on time. Visit our office today on the Bertel Harding Highway opposite the GNPC petrol station. Better still, call us on 4498756, 4498962. Visit our website today, www.vitaltradinglimited.com. Want the best in all your office supplies and printing needs? Then come to
Sophie meew la bu sell te neex baax na ci halal ak mag yépp am na calcium iron protein ak vitamine yu bari Sophie full cream powder milk la am na 20 gram 200 gram ak 400 gram koko ñam dootu ko bàyyi Sophie proudly Gambian.
Welcome back, Daddy. Tey nag Kër Fatou dañ dellu back suñ cosaan daal we have a new partner Konte Kunda ñoom dañ nekk new business Bintu Bakutu is coming from the US si diaspora la bu change bi amee dafa paak bagage mi ñëw Gambia buga invest mu ubbi restaurant tey mu ñëw bi ma ko ne mayor ilay am mu ne nag Fatou I want this great opportunity pour dalal leen to a great meal Bakutu, welcome to KERR FATOU and tell us about your restaurant.
Okay, thank you so much Fatou. Really appreciate na CK restaurant bu bees la waaye restaurant bi we have everything over there am nañ pastry am nañ like any food seafood beef ay ganaar anything man comme ni nga ko waxee woon doomi Gambian la bi changes am si la paak suma bagage yi ma ñëw ubbi restaurant bi so maa ngi wax ñëpp ne ñëw daal suñ lekk bi neex na
foo la locate nag location bi suma boor la
Kër Serigne Bijilo highway
waaw Kër Serigne Bijilo ak tey nag lan nga amal nag suma gars yi nag xam nga ñii nag kenn si ñoom mun naa nekk meyo de dafa mel ni
Fatou li starting la dañ am ganaar am seafood am crème brûlée am orange juice ak carrot juice ak ay fruits
finally loo bëgg a wax sa customers yi ñu la seetaan
suma customers lu ma bëgg a wax mooy ne everyone is welcome ñoom ñëpp ne ñëw foofu suñu lekka yi one in town la
thank you so much thank you sis thank you Daddy this is the kind of luñ bëgg a Gambians yi ñëw participate waaye I think it's important fii ñoo xam ne ñu ngi bëgg a nekk leader si KM ñu fekkee lii because kii Gambien la boo xam ne dafa ñib si di invest yéen waa KM yéen mi bëgg a nekk mayor ku mel ni kii ku mel ni man nag ngeen ko mën a dimbalee per mu taxaw Daddy I think loolu is very important.
Thank you so much Fatou and people like Nyang Jai has been for the longest advocating for economic nationalism. A country will not be developed by outsiders, but it will be developed by insiders and indigenous. So economic empowerment starts with empowering the sons and daughters of this country. And I do hope that the government by way of GIPSA or the Ministry of Trade will start giving incentive to small business owners, just not the major businesses bringing the foreign direct investments, but the small mom and pop business and operation who are trying to make a foothold, because most of the employment in the Gambia is not from the big companies, but the small and medium-sized enterprises. And the small and medium-sized enterprises have been left out of the development boom as it relates to government incentives. So I hope they will take care of businesses like hers.
What plans do you have for businesses like hers and mine and other Gambians who are just rushing home to come and invest?
I think it's similar to what Nyang Jai said, which is to ensure that the council specifically support those kind of businesses, because personally I also believe that we should be encouraging small businesses. And when I was working with the NGOs, that's what I was doing, ensuring that whatever contract we have, we do not give it to the big hotels, but give it to the Gambian small businesses so that we can help them grow. And there's this, I said, Association of Small Scale Enterprise in Tourism that we were supporting also. So that's what I believe, that be it young people, be it women who are interested in business, certainly KMC should be able to give them some kind of support to ensure that their business also grow, and that could be tax breaks, but also supporting them financially to expand on the business.
Thank you very much. First of all, I just want to say the food it looks good. I've not tasted it yet, but really we all saying the same thing. Small businesses are very important. They're actually the engine of growth. Development development doesn't start from outside. It starts from within. And those small businesses that we see, actually move the economy forward. The councils just would invest in helping them, but we also have to make sure that, like, look, we have to give them small contracts. It's very, very important. But also we need to create databases of small businesses in the councils, whatever these people are private businesses. But the other thing that we need to do is that I've been speaking to a lot of small businesses. They have information on the Gambia. Those simple things. So one of the things I will be doing is to have a diaspora liaison officer or whatever you call it. Somebody will have if the people overseas need some counsel or some advice, somebody within the council will be there to talk to them. And again, we have to move forward in digitalizing the whole process. It's very, very important. So overseas, business, business need some information, can get it, or even business fee need, then properties, the properties need information on that property. All you need is a punch in a unit number, and then you see the property and the things that you need to do. They are part of us, so we really have to make sure that they're included. So, yes.
saa yu ma xiifee rek naa ko oo mu defaral ma indil ma suma kër saa yu ma amee gan noonu bëgg naa tamit mu xool mass food production mel ni KMC tey buñ bëggoon a yóbbu lekk ci prison si wala ci lopitaan yi mu toggal ñu togg bu bare ñu mun leen koo jox bés yu mel ni Tabaski Korité ak bés yu mel ni Christmas dinañ ko jàppale ci fànn boobu bu baax ba pare tamit jàppale ko ci liggéeyam bi ci wàllu taxi te tamit xool tamit bu fekkee ne mun nañ koo jàppale ci wàllu place boppam parce que ñaareel ñi dee ñëw lañ dee am problème yi seen place boppam waaye xëy na boo dawalee 1 year 2 years di nga mun a am laan boo xam ne di nga mun a start di ko développer
amu leen sax laan
loolu foog mu xeex ko waaw xam nga xeex bi waa KMC ci seen bopp la ñoom ñoo war a xam ne fu nekk ni ñoom ñoo fal nguur fetel farul nguur gi nii comme ñoom ñoo takk seen digg fal nguur gi ñoom ñoo war a impose nguur gi liñ bugga xaalis bi nguur gi am xaalis bi KMC bi am dañ war a make sure ne dellu na back to the people and not only muy serve few people waaye mu serve the whole majority waaw jërëjëf
man dama xaw a caalit
man de laa gis
nee na trop waaye and like lii waxee ñëpp si na fànn bagage sami am na ñu Gambie mu ne xaaral ba ñëw si suma digga so ñeneen ñi nga xam ne sax yéen a ngi si diaspora yéen a ngi si biti te mun ngeen a def lu mel nii fii environnement bi allow na ko hopefully tam suñ amee suñ maire bu ees bi tamit dina bokk yoo xam ne dinañ am initiative yoo xam ne dinañ gën a support ñi nga xam ne ñoo am small businesses pour try so na nit ñi ñëw daal pour mun a ñëw nga ñëw because fu nekk nii daal Gambia KMC as a whole dañ paree liggéey dañ paree fàttali xewoon 22 years dañoo toon a new page bi nag dina jafe page 1 bi balañ ko toon to 2 dina jafe trop waaye am naa yaakaar ne suñ duggee page 1 ba jeexal suñ demee 2 rek balaa nga xam ne xew bug bi fees la so loolu la daal
waaw dafa mel ni nag programme bi mu ngi waaj a jeex Mr Ndiaye tey boo xoolee jigéen jooju nekk Joshua si Farokono mu toog saa yu nawet amee kiram néeg ndox dugga kiram ba mu am nii boo ko xoolee tey lan nga koo wax lan incentive tey boo nekkoon mayor kooku lan nga koo defal.
jërëjëf lu ma ko mën a wax rek du ma la mën a jox solution ci yëpp but naa la create opportunities ba nga xam ne di nga mën a tap into those solutions. di nga mën a tap into those funds. Okay, the other thing is that it's about time ñu door di xool affordable homes. waaw loolu mën a possible suñ amutee land bi. land bi tamit dañ ko war a mën a ut. through government or ñu buy back some of the properties. lu ma ko wax mooy rek. soo dama selecté da nga naa select leader bu nga xam ne dafa déglu. leader bu nga xam ne dafa communiquer ak nit ñi. and because soo communiquer te nit ñi. soo leen déglu te doo leen mën a resolve seen problème si. te am sure ne tamit suñu amee structure su baax in KMC everybody na mën a am wàllam in KMC. jigéen yi mag yi ndaw yi artistes yi everybody so man duma wax nag man dama bëgg a ñëw nekk unified bi dama bëgg a the whole of KMC nekk unified KMC su ko defee ñu liggéey it's about politics politique nañ ko tegee fale ne le duñ soxla mooy a manager ku ñoom manage KMC su ko defee taxe yoon naa fay taxe yooyu mën a dellu baat to yéen jërëjëf
thank you very much Mr. Njie Mr. Pa Girigara Njie tey boo nekkoon mayor bi waaye nag xam nga dañ war a sànni karta jigéen jooju toog di la xool lan nga ko boo wax tey naka nga mën a improver life am ba tey nga xam ne yow boo toogee dina mën a gis boppam ci KMC bi nga xam ne moom la soxla.
loolu mooy nekk li nga xam ne moom lay njëkk a jox priorité ñaari priorities laa am really benn bi mooy baakote doom saay beneen bi mooy ñi ngay wax ni nawet te nawet baa ngay ñëw si xëy na duñ mën a liggéey yoon tali yu ees ak yooyu waaye at least potholes yi ñu mun leen a fiil ba pare créer fii ndox mi di jaar nga xam ne du jaar ci biir kër nit ñi ba ba ñoo amee a permanent solution together with gam works nga xam ne nañ mun a door nag di defar tali yu baax di biir su fekkee du tali first class sax waaye mu nekk yoon yoo xam ne noor ak nawet moto yi dinañ ci mun a daw waaw dama leen dee yërëm definitely te yërmande boobu moo tax ba ma simi suma mbuba pare pour liggéey pour jàppale leen dimbale leen waaw ndax su ma fi génnee ëllëg kuñ suma njaboot fu ñu leen gisee sa baay jàmbaar la
sa baay jàmbaar la
loolu daal moo fi teg
thank you so much Mr. Njie Bakary tey comme ni ma wax rek soo waree team that resident in Iwo Town nga ne ko sa carte laa soxla waaye digga yow loolu ngaa def pour improve life am basic livelihood am
waaw li ma ko wax rek mooy benn te foofu laa ko dooree mooy dinaa ko wax ne nag KMC dafa soxla ñi nga xam ne ñooy sànni karta pour ñu bàyyi xel candidature bu baax dinaa ko wax loolu parce que liñ fi xam Gambie mooy man suma parti diw lañ andi jëma loolu lijjanti kooku lim xam ak lim man nga jël sa carte jox ko te loolu nag moo ñu delloo gannaaw parce que Gambien si dañoo wax ne ku ñu andi suma parti suñu andi woon dof sax moom laa ko jox te loolu nag yóbbu réew kanam so dinaa ko wax ne élection bii nii mooy wane Gambia KMC pare nañ pour jëm kanam mooy ñu jox seen carte ki nga xam ne even sax du dekkee du seen doomi parti waaye pare na pour liggéey ak nit ñi ñu jox ko seen carte mu liggéey suñ ko joxee seen doomi parti te xamul daf ñoo delloo kanam loolu ñaaral ba mooy rek dinaa ko wax ne dëgg KMC ñaari yëf moo fa nekk mooy ci anglais li ñoo ooyee short term plan ak long term plan benn lan lañ mën a def léegi pour saafara li nga xam ne mooy nit ñi seen soxla yi am léegi mbalit la yi fi yoon la yi fi ndaw ñi fi ñoo amee lu di dimbale pour ñu mën a am liggéey suñ yi fi marché yi ñu toppatoo ko gis ne marché yi ñu mu bëree nit ñu wàññi ko yooyu mais yi nga xam ne moom la ñuy soxla si jamono ji yeneen li nga xam ne ni mooy long term plan si mooy li nga xam ne mooy tax municipalité bi mu gën a rafet mooy defar yoon yi nga xam ne ni high class yoon la ak li nga xam ne ni tamit mooy industries yi nga xam ne ni dinañ ko mën a encourage nit ñi pour ñu ñëw liggéey ak KMC pour mun a soo ne ndaw ñi jigéen ñi am na tamit fi nga xam ne ni foofu la ñoo mën a liggéey lii daal mooy li nga xam ne moom laay wax te fu ma ko jeexale mooy rek man wax naa leen ko man independent la te parti si waxoon nañoo pour ma taxaw seen ron pare ma taxaw ci ron parti parce que man dama gëm ne KMC independent moo ko war a amee te man independent la te suma independent nag ni mu ñëwee mooy nit ñi nga xam ne ñoo jógee ci parti yi APRC UDP GDC ak yooyu yëpp ñoom ñoo ma boot kon nag buñ bëggee ki nga xam ne nii moom moo fa nekkal ñëpp waaw kooku mooy Bakary
daal si gàttal ëllëg tey programme bi neex na fan nga bëgg a tëjee tey
tey programme bi neex na trop. waaye damaa delluwaat rek si lii Bakary wax. KMC fu mu nekk nii dafa am fu ñu war a commencé. long time goal si KMC soxal nit ñi war a sànni karta. fu mu nekk nii KMC dafa am loo xam ne ñi dëkk KMC mooy li leen naxari. seen yoon yu bon lañ dëkk bi tilim na. naka lañ ko ooyee mbalit bi sonal nañu. marché yi pauvreté bi dafa bari. fu mu nekk nii KMC liñ soxla mooy. kan moo ñoo saafaral lii. man nag li maa wax nit ñi mooy. fu mu nekk nii foog naa Gambie war nañoo randu si parti boo xam si politique boo xam ne fu mu nekk nii mooy kii suma mbokk la kii suma xarit la kii ñoo bokkoon koñ wala kii ki la ko sànni. fu mu nekk nii liñ soxla KMC ñun ñëpp mooy nañ tegee boor mbokka nañ tegee boor parti affiliation liñ soxla mooy kan lañ gëm ak kan lañ foog ne mooy yóbbu KMC kanam nit te politique dafa am lu important lu si nekk integrity dafa important leadership dafa important track record dafa important lii honesty dafa important ni KMC place la boo xam ne bunti lekkukaay la ni xaalis fu moo ñëw fu ñoo collecté tax rek bunti lekkukaay la soo soxla nañ koo xam ne dinañu wax ne xaalis bi ñëw man de su ma ko toogee dinaa def nii pour waxuma ne lekkat bi du amati de waaye dina wàññeeku soo fu mu nekk nii parti bii la kii bokka wala kii suma xarit la nañ ko tegee boor ñii ñëpp nga xam ne ñoo am karta nañ seet daal ku am integrity ku am gom pour liggéey KMC ku fa toogul pour posam ku fa toogul pour kenn waaye gisul dara lu dul nañ ñu defar KMC liggéey KMC.
jërëjëf Oli Daddy tey fooy tëjee.
Thank you very much, Fatou. I've said it time and again, and I will say it again. The interests of the greater good supersedes the interest of an individual. KMC as an administrative area houses nothing less than 23 to 24% of this country's population, if not more. So the person that's going to be the mayor has to deal with the livelihoods of a quarter of the population of the country we all love and call the Gambia. Therefore, that individual must be a person with vision, integrity, like Oli says, and also a strategy to uplift. The one word that a resident of KMC is looking for is called upliftment. Where we are, we want to get out of it because it's a hole. We want to get out of that hole. And we're not looking for anybody to do it, but a person who can do it. And finally, KMC is not a political laboratory that's looking for a novice to come and do a political experiment. You either know what you're doing or you don't. But at the end of the day, it's the residents of KMC. They said in Wolof, Nimbal fekk sa loxoog borom. Ay baadoola, ay ndóol, ay ñoo xam ne dañ sonna. Suñ leen waree ñëw dimbale dañ war a joxe loxo ki ñëw pour dimbale mun leen a téye xëccal leen génnee leen fa. Kon nag seen karta yi bu leen ko joxe ndigte la ngeen bokkaa Bakary Badji, Papa Ndiaye Girigara o Papa Mohamed Ndiaye. Lii du affaire yi xarit, du affaire yi mbokka, du affaire yi xeet. jafe-jafe yi ñuy jonkuwanteel mooy dëkk yu waay yu bon yi nit ñi dëkkee ci biir Talindingue Ibo Town kan moo ñu ci mun a génnee ak kan moo ko mun a saafara loolu lañ war a dox kon nag jox leen dig daje ba beneen yoon jërëjëf.
loolu lañu war a loolu lañu.
baalal ma parce que joxuloo ma suma kàddu mujjanteel.
waaw ñu tamit.
mu dina ñëw rek waaw. parce que dañuy laaj question. waaw mooy jigéen ja nekk. waaw fële.
non gis nga politicien yi. non gis nga politicien yi. waaw. Maybe 1 minute for everybody because that's 1 minute for closing remarks. Mr. Ndiaye.
Wow. Jërëjëf Fatou. Man su ma amoon lu ma gënal Africa. Waaw. African countries yëpp laay wax. ñetti political party waratuñ koo weesu. Left. Right. ak center. parce que kuy am belief am conviction war nga ko mun a gisee ci ñetti institutions yi bu boobaa political parties yi duñ nekkaati political parties rek ay institutions la ñoo nekk nga xam ne ñi cee bokk dinañ leen éduquer jox leen idéologie pour ñu mun a serve the interest of the people on behalf of the party foofu laay daanelee pour wane ne rek ba léegi jéem la suñ buggee nag ñu àgg foofu noonu comme fa tubaab yi àgg bu ngeen ko joxee Panjaay Girigara léegi ngeen àgg
léegi ñu àgg fa
jërëjëf
monsieur Ndiaye fooy tëjee
di wax ne la jërëjëf kontaan naa trop affaire si moom lu ko dajee waxee ak ñu ko ñëpp waxee ne c'est very important dañ solo ko xam ne am na expérience bi dañ solo ko xam ne balaa tey defoon na ko dañ solo ko xam ne nit ñi la gis because foofu dund na ngaa dem làmbaatu te nit ko xam ne ñëpp a ko gëm ok bàyyi na fi dara def na dara su ko defee ñu mën a move forward man lu ma amal pour askan bi rek su leen votalee Papa Ndiaye di ngeen votal ko xam ne dafa def radical changes nag radical changes naa ko def in the benefit of everybody tu ñëppay kontaan nag waaye su ma ko defee tamit 80% of the public nañ happy so loolu la rek ñaan wala jërëjëf until next time thank you
dégg naa benn wax bi nga wax nga ne danga foog nga nekk paako tuuti I like that word Bakary fooy tëjee finally yow sa 1 minute bi
di wax rek électeurs yi rek ne comme ni ma ko waxee woon ñun tooguñ la dugga ci nit ñi xam nañ ne man liggéey naa ci community si liggéey naa ak NGOs yi council si nga gis nii dama daan def trainings for all this council fii ba base so am naa expérience council bi nekkoon naa KMC head naa finance committee bi so amul dara li nga xam ne nii lu ma ëmp ci biir council ak liggéey KMC ak luwaay lim tëral te liggéey naa ci biir community yi support naa ndaw ñi jigéen ñi ak lu ne so yaakaar naa nit kooku la KMC soxla ki nga xam ne dafa dunda jafe-jafe yi pour mu mun a yóbbu KMC te loolu rek laa wax nit ñi ne ñu ngi leen di saako ne seen vote si xool leen bu baax xool leen koo jox bu leen bëggee liggéeykat definitely boo leen passé Bakary pour KMC xëy na it yeneen ñeneenti at la ñu waajal
lii moom definitely moom métti na waaye definitely we want to thank yéen ñëpp ñu ngi leen a bëgg a gërëm di leen sant comme ni ma ko waxee yéen a ñu ubbil suñu office bu es bi we want to say thank you and we also want to thank Konte Kunda for being our partners si suñu segment bi ñu ngi war a bëgg a gërëm suñu système bi bu baax a baax di ko wish all the best di wax ne rek ne Njaay Kunda bi moom grand boobu la fi ñëwee ñetti Abdou waaye dafa mel ni nii la caalit na daal but until we come inshallah next week with another interesting discussion with another set of group of people, thank you very much and see you next week. Good night to you all.